I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off and hand out. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's Tay. We're reporting live from the Man Cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel or the Twitter page, please feel free to hit that bell and that bird at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the link to my website is below. 2 games was on last night. We're going to jump right into it. We had the Houston Rockets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I thought the T-Wolves came on the first quarter and did a great job, hitting on all cylinders. The person they should have kept eyes on in the first quarter was Trevor Ariza. He came out and hit he scored 11 straight points. I mean, the guy was hot, man. The Houston Rockets are on a mission this year. Like I said, once Chris Paul teamed up with James Harden, man, I knew they was probably not either the best court or the second best backcourt in the league. And this team is very, very a well-oiled machine. They got defense, they got charisma, they got go-getters, they got some scorers. But when I look at the whole order of the game, whereas how everybody tried to solidify their roles or what they're going to do. So I look at what they did in the first quarter, getting the Karl Anthony Towns going early for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jimmy Butler and all them guys is going early. It's just the dynamic of the game. The pros of the game was who can get stops, who can come up big for their team. And at halftime, when you watching the game up to halftime, I honestly thought Minnesota had a fighting chance. They was down by 1 point at halftime, 50-49. So you go into the third quarter, you watching everything unravel. What happened from the Timberwolves from the first half to the second half? If you want to win games in the just NBA playoffs, wherever, you have to win the first quarter and the third quarter, which are the most important quarters of the game, because the first quarter determines what you're going to do in the second quarter, and the third quarter determines what you're going to do in the fourth quarter. When Houston came out there in the third quarter, Minnesota was stagnant on defense. They didn't have that same alertness that they had in the first half. They wasn't playing with that same passion. When them boys got out there in that third quarter and gave up that 50 ball, I said, oh my God, you cannot do that. Not only they gave up 50 points in the third quarter, they gave up 22 of the 50 points to James Harden, who is making a strong case that he would probably win that MVP award. When you got James Harden going off for 22 points in the third quarter, and he finished the game with 36, then you had Chris Paul with 25, you had Eric Gordon come off the bench with 18. I'm just looking where this team was on fire. They was focused. They wanted to win. They wanted to get this series over with. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're a young team that just got together. I understand that with the two pieces. But you got guys that have been there before. A Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, a Taj Gibson, a Jeff Teague. You got 4 guys that's on your playoff roster right now who has more than 50 playoff game experience. To come out there in the second half and lay an egg like that, that was pretty much disturbing. And the crazy thing is about it, Ricky Rubio walks away and goes to the Utah Jazz. We can talk about them later. But you see where I'm going with this at. Jeff Teague is pushing the point guard. Jeff Teague, what I have seen in the playoffs, he doesn't bring it every time. Some games he do, some games he don't. He take games off. I'm still trying to find out where is Jamal Crawford in this series. 10 points. This is not the same Jamal Crawford that I'm accustomed seeing during the playoffs. Regular season, Jamal Crawford, a complete beast. Complete beast. He's not getting the shots that he's normally gets. If you ask me, if you ask any T-Wolves fans, Derrick Rose come off the bench before Jamal Crawford. We know Derrick Rose is a Jamal. We know Derrick Rose is pretty much damaged goods, but Jamal Crawford, not to come off the bench first. We know Thibodeau been rocking with Derrick Rose since he had him in the league, but sometimes You got to understand your personnel. Jamal Crawford is an instant flamethrower. He had 10 points, but I couldn't knock what Derrick Rose did. He had 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists last night. But it wasn't enough to get you to win. But when they came out in that third quarter, I'm looking like, okay, being in the third quarter, they down by 1. Let's see what the young team was made of. And you going through and see what Minnesota was doing. You just didn't see what was happening. I'm thinking to myself as in where, okay, they gonna come out here, they gonna make Houston work. It was a complete opposite, man. Houston came out there, man, and torched Minnesota at home. And quiet as kept, man. Karl-Anthony Towns had his 22 points with his 15 rebounds. They got him going early, but late in that second half, they stopped going away from him. And the same thing with Andrew Wiggins, who also had like 8 points in the first half and didn't do anything in the second half. Jimmy Butler's playing on a bum knee, 19 points and 9 rebounds. I think, to me personally, Jimmy Butler might have to have surgery at the end of this playoff series. You've seen it run up the court trying to get through some screens and some cuts. He's kind of gimpy up the floor. I don't understand. I understand this playoff basketball and you want to win. But Thibodeau, you got to put the best players on the floor when it's needed. What got you to the playoffs? Using more guys. Strategizing what got you there. We know you strategize on defense. That's how you made your name in Boston. But the defense didn't show up last night. Because at first, Clint Capella is giving Karl-Anthony Towns the business. 4 blocks with 17 rebounds and 14 points. Yes, everybody look at the points in the duel, how they duel each other. I don't look at that stuff. What I'm looking at the game is where how is Clint Capella is taking Big Cat out the game, playing defense on him, irritating him, moving him out his space, and Clint Capella's hustling out there, man. He's hustling. Clint Capella might be first team all defense, man. He is definitely doing what he has to do to win this game for his team. And I'm looking whereas when the Timberwolves got down, their heads was down on the bench. You didn't see nobody trying to get up and take leadership and say, you know what? No, hold our heads down. The game ain't over yet. Teams is holding their heads down by 20-something points in the third quarter. Game is not over with. The crowd was quiet last night. They were trying to get back into it. And to be honest with you, man, Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins are the same type player. I don't know how that's going to work for them in the future. Because Andrew Wiggins, like, he's not getting the looks that he wants because of Jimmy Butler. Even though you got Wiggins at the 3 and Butler at the 2, they are the same. They small forwards. They run, in some instance of the game, they run into the same spots on the floor. And that happened twice, about 3 or 4 times last night. Run into the same spots on the floor. And Jimmy Butler had to tell him to go that way. Andrew Wiggins, no, this is my spot. So, the communication is not there on those two, on their behalf. I just feel like this team should be way better than what they is. Houston is a better team, don't get me wrong, folks. Houston is a better team than Minnesota. But for Minnesota to come out here and get spanked by 19, the score indicated lost by 19, but this score was way out of hand. It was worse than this. I'm just looking whereas this team should have made some noise. This team shouldn't even been an AFC going to the playoffs. This team should be no more than about a 5 or 6 seed. But you know, Jimmy Butler got injured. They lost focus. They lost continuity. Everything went downhill. So this team be back next year. They need either they got Jamal Crawford come off the bench. They need another scorer to come off that bench to get that team going. The Rockets is winning this series 3-1. The Rockets will close this team out in a couple of days at home in Houston. Second game, I was very intrigued by this because what Russell Westbrook said to Ricky Rubio when he got that triple-double. It was almost to me when he was saying, Ricky Rubio got a triple-double on me? Russell Westbrook? That's how I took that. I took that as don't nobody get triple-double on me because I'm better than you. I understand that. That's the mentality of the game, that you want your players to think like that. When he came out and said it on TV, I'm going to bust you know what. And the first thing I always says, Utah Jazz hashtag is take note. Russell Westbrook gave the Utah Jazz a bulletin board note. So guess what, Russell Westbrook? Take note on this. You see he's going to bust his butt. You had 23 points, 14 rebounds. Ricky Rubio did have the prettiest games with 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. And what he said after they won that game, the key word is, Ricky Rubio said, the announcer said, Ricky Rubio, what made y'all come out here and get this win tonight? He said we played together as a unit. We played together as a team. He took a jab at Russell Westbrook, to be honest, because Russell Westbrook played one speed and one style, straight all-out go. It's the playoffs. You know, it was fine. You average a triple-double in the regular season. But the way you're playing, the players on your team cannot get in sync, i.e., Carmelo Anthony. Melo had 11 points, 6 rebounds. He was 5 from 18 from the field. You're going so fast, you're not getting to your half-court offense. Melo's a half-court offensive type of guy. You're not getting back to get him in his groove. It's coming. Y'all are playing playground basketball. All right, I'm going to get my 2 shots coming out next time. Then you get yours and I get mine. So I'm going to go back to taking my next 3 or 4 shots. That's not going to win you games. That's not going to win you championships. Now you can see why Kevin Durant left the team. Russell Westbrook played one style of basketball. There's no reason why this team should be down 3-1 against the Utah Jazz. And I told everybody that the Utah Jazz is a nice team, that they're just going to sneak in the playoffs and hurt someone's feelings. In all actuality, the team feels that they hurt right now are the OKC Thunder. This team was the pick to be in the Western Conference Finals, or probably the NBA's Finals team. But you looking at where their best defender gone. They have no scoring option off the bench besides Ray Felton. You don't have a big 3. You have a big 2. It's Paul George and Russell Westbrook. You can't call Carmelo Anthony a big 3 because Carmelo Anthony's season been a roller coaster ride. Throughout this whole time he's been with OKC Thunder, I'm going to say Melo probably had about 10 good games in the Thunder uniform. I'm just being honest. I know Melo fans might bash me, but I'm just speaking the truth. Playoff games, he hasn't been there. He's slower on defense. Trying to play bully basketball. And the Thunder is trying to play bully basketball with a younger team who's putting up more fight. Not only this Thunder team is disappointing, you got to look at the coaching staff. Billy Donovan. Is Billy Donovan really an NBA coach? Yes, we know what he did in Florida. Is he really this type of NBA coach? How can you make Russell Westbrook better? What you did in the playoffs, you need to slow him down. We got to go a different way about this so we can get wins. Russell Westbrook still is trying to go out there and average triple-doubles instead of trying to get that W. And people say he's patenting stats. I'm not going to say he's patenting stats. But when you watch the game, he's not getting teammates really involved all like that. He's trying to go straight to the cup and going around that wall. You can't do that. You got to get your teammates involved. There's no way that Steven Anderson has 8 points. I know he got in foul trouble, but going to that, Russell Westbrook got in foul trouble, picked up 4 fouls in the first half. He trying to play bully basketball with Ricky Rubio. And we picked up on 4 fouls like that, it changed the dynamic of the game because he had to play more calm and demeanor of the game, which broke the hearts of the OKC Thunder. Because if Russell he picked up that 5th foul going into the going into the third quarter, they would have definitely they'd have lost by more than what they lost by. But the notion of the game is you lost to a rookie. I've been giving praises to this guy all year long, him and Ben Simmons. But this is one of the guys I picked to win Rookie of the Year. Did you know that Donovan Mitchell is a rookie? Scored 33 points last night. As well, go along with 7 boards, 4 assists. Since 1985, Michael Jordan rookie year. Since 85 in the playoffs, this guy tallied 110 points. Michael Jordan tallied 117 points. Since 1985, he's the first rookie since 2010 to play a 30-point ball game. The first rookie since 1985 to score more than 110 points. Donovan Mitchell is a special type of player. I've been trying to get everybody to notice that. Like I keep telling people, if you don't have NBA League Pass, I've been preaching this all season long. Get NBA League Pass to watch some of these guys, because all you on mainstream TV, on the main local outlets, they're gonna show the main teams. I keep telling people, you're gonna buy this and that, you're gonna treat yourself to a nice pair of Air Jordans or whatever you like to buy, not knocking what you buying, and you're a basketball fan like myself, man, go ahead and put that $200 towards NBA League Pass, man, and watch some of these guys, man. You'll be blown away. This is why I jumped on this train. I seen what he did in Summer League. I seen what he did in college. He was a special type of talent. He was still in the draft. Poise, charisma. This is what he's giving you every night. And the sad part about it, they not mentioning, Donovan Mitchell was playing on the bad foot. They say he had a contusion in his foot or something like that. And he's still going out here giving his all, 120%. You got some veterans that can't even go out here and do this. I don't want to hear, oh, he's young. Guess what? He hurt like you hurt. He bleed like you bleed. He's going out there. He's seizing the moment. This will make players great. What he's doing right now is greatness. You cannot argue what Donovan Mitchell doing. I'm looking at Rudy Gobert. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Clogging the middle up. Clogging the middle up. Steven Adams is frustrated. That's the only big man they got. What hurt OKC? They let Domantas Sabonis go away, who I thought would have been a great fit for this team. Indiana won that trade. I'm going to be honest with you, because Paul George is going to walk in the summertime. Melo going to opt into that $28 million. That's that big bag we're talking about. That big Brinks bag coming to his house with all $28 million. Melo going to opt in. Paul George going to be in Cleveland or LA. Lakers, that is, or the Cleveland Cavaliers. Derek Favors, who I thought still playing good. Come down the stretch. 13 points, 4 rebounds. These two big guys for the Utah Jazz don't get talked about much. We know the stifle tower we're doing is a Rudy Gobert. But you look at a Derek Favors, who's right there, also can hit threes. And he defends. So you can't argue that. This is play. One thing I'm going to say about Utah, like I said, I go back to the Karl Malone days and John Stockton days in the NBA playoffs and them NBA finals. That's a tough building to play in. Period. Playing in Utah, regardless. You know for a fact that they fans going to be behind their back. But not only Russell Westbrook talked that trash, he didn't bag it up. He said, I guarantee you, I'm going to shut him down, and we're going to walk away with the W. You didn't walk away with the dub. You walked away with the L. Just like in Utah, like that hashtag, take note. What you guys going to do in Game 5? I like what Ricky Rubio said to Dennis Scott. Dennis Scott asked Ricky Rubio, are y'all looking for the closeout? And I like what he gave the answer. He said, hopefully we can, but let's take it one game at a time. Don't look past your opponent, in other words, he was saying. Because when you start thinking closeout, the opposite will happen. This team is better than OKC, to be honest. Everybody looks on paper because the names, but we realize them names still got to come out there and perform at a higher level. They don't look the same at all. Russell Westbrook gonna get his 30 and something points per game, but he's so round bunches on the court. He gonna get those, but how does he make his teammate better? You still, like I said, Paul George had 32 points last night. He was 9 for 21. They was playing bully basketball. It was a little scrum out there. They not gonna fight on the floor. Jay Crowder got ejected for throwing the elbow because he knew that was somebody's behind him. But at the end of the day, Jay Crowder brings toughness to the table for that team. This is a dangerous team, the Utah Jazz. And I like what they doing, man. And like I said, you got to take heed of what they doing. This team is very nice. And like I said, when they coach, man, Quinn Snyder, man, hands down, one of the best coaches in the league right now. And Ricky Rubio, I know he's somewhere laughing right now and saying, look, Minnesota's down 3-1. We up over here 3-1. This team gave up on me, said I couldn't shoot, I couldn't defend, I couldn't do this. But guess what, Minnesota? What Lil Yachty say? Lil Yachty, he be like, it's cold like Minnesota? Man, it's cold like Minnesota right now if y'all don't have Ricky Rubio. But on that note, it's cold like Minnesota. I'm telling you who is reporting live and direct from the Man Cave as usual. Y'all subscribe to that YouTube channel and that Twitter. You know what to do. Go on that website below. I see y'all. Peace.